is Kevin, and today I'll be talking about our solar energy company. Me and my team, Xavier, Gianni, Mauro, Weihao, have created a budget for a solar energy company that is looking to get into the service market. We are going to present our annual budget and the calculations that were made, and then we will be going over these three key questions. Who will use this budget? What assumptions have been made in this budget? And what decisions would be made with this budget? An annual budget can be described as a plan laid out for a company's spending for a financial year. An annual budget helps lay out a company's spending with the income and revenue coming in the year. We have around 120 jobs a year. This can be split up into three different categories: commercial business, schools, and farms. Commercial business is considered our biggest contributor to our profit margin, with schools and farms right behind. For commercial businesses, the unit price for a commercial solar panel is $7,000 per unit. Monthly, this adds up to $105,000 total, which gives us a total sale of $1,260,000 per year for commercial businesses alone. For schools, we have an average amount of 10 installations per month, and we use 10 solar panels per installation. The unit price of a solar panel for a school costs $2,500. Monthly, this will add up to $25,000, which gives us a total sale of $300,000 per year. For farms, we have an average amount of 5 installations per month, and we use 5 solar panels per installation. The unit price of a solar panel for farms costs $1,750. Monthly, this adds up to $8,750, which gives us a total sale of $105,000 per year. Our total sales for this year would be $1,665,000. Our expenses are going to be the costs of our operations, such as production, wages, packaging, etc. Each category has their own share of expenses, which ultimately add up to how much profit we will make by the end of the year. For commercial business, our expense per unit amounts to $5,000. Monthly, this will add up to $75,000, which makes our total expenses for commercial business $500,000. For schools, our expenses per unit amounts to $1,800. Monthly, this will add up to $18,000, which will make our total expenses for this year for schools $216,000. For farms, our expenses per unit amounts to $1,150. Monthly, this will add up to $5,750, which will make our total expenses for this year $69,000. Our total cost of sales per year equals to $1,221,000. Employee wages go under our expenses. Wages will be split between our factory staff, installers, salespeople, and office and factory managers. Our salesperson gets paid by salary. Their pay per year is equal to $75,000. Our factory/office managers also get paid by salary. Their pay per year is equal to $40,000. Factory staff get paid differently and is categorized by number 1 and number 2. Number 1 gets paid $25 per hour and works 20-hour weeks. They have a yearly pay of $27,000. Number 2 gets paid $18.50 an hour and works 30-hour weeks. They have a yearly pay of $29,970. Our installers also get paid differently and are categorized by number 1 and number 2. They both work 40-hour weeks. Number 1 gets paid $28 an hour. They have a yearly pay of $60,480. Number 2 gets paid $30 an hour. They have a yearly pay of $64,800. Our cost for salaries and wages equals to $297,250. Our other expenses, which have not been included so far, have been our rent, utilities, and advertisement. These expenses amount to $72,000 per year. We have a total of $1,665,000 per year. Our total cost of expenses equals to $1,590,250. Overall, after our calculations, our solar energy company is left with 74,750 total profit annually. Who will use this budget? Many businesses need some form of financial leader or at least an accountant. Someone who can handle the finance of a company is essential to any company to make sure the finances are being utilized properly. The people responsible for handling the finance for businesses are going to be the chief financial officer, aka the CFO, or the owner of the company, aka the CEO. The role of a CFO is similar to that of a treasurer or controller, as they are responsible in managing the financial and accounting side of the company. CFO analyzes the company's strengths and weaknesses and look forward into the future to further improve the company's future. Many businesses may not need a CFO. This normally applies to small to medium-sized companies who do not normally require a full-time CFO, but instead the CEO or owner of the company may handle the finances on their own instead. What assumptions have been made in preparing this budget? We assumed the packaging wouldn't have taken up a lot of the costs of our budget, as it is $36,000 per year. We also assumed that advertising would be more expensive, as the annual cost was only $6,000 annually. Production costs for schools and farms made us think that schools will most likely have the least sales. We assumed with all the jobs we had annually, we would have made more profits. This has led us to the conclusion that we should cut costs and increase prices in order to save more money and gather more profits. Looking at the amount of installations and comparing between commercial business, schools, and farms, we predicted commercial business to give us the most sales. This budget has shown us that commercial business panels will always bring in the most profit throughout the three categories, as it is shown as the most trustworthy to bring in a profit. What decisions can be made with this budget? Due to our profit margin, we can afford to invest more money into advertising, which in theory would hopefully impact and increase our annual sales performance and increase our annual budget. Also, with the budget, we can invest into other assets. For example, the company can buy into vehicles or furniture, which can lead to increasing job performance and also job quality. Give out dividends to our shareholders, therefore, will hopefully encourage our shareholders to either invest more into our business and also bring people to buy a share into our business. That is, if we give out dividends to our shareholders. With more shareholders coming in, will be the company's potential to grow and expand, further increasing our sales and shareholders. Thank you for listening to our presentation.